To Fabric. Learning about animal fibers. Silk. When it comes to choose a sari or a dress material of our choice, most of us choose silk cloth as its texture and slight shining, rich look gives a good look to our personality. We get silk fiber in a variety of colors and lovely prints. Now let us study from where we get this beautiful fiber. Silk. Silk fibers are also animal fibers. Silkworms spin the silk fibers. The rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Life history of silk moth. The female silk moth lays eggs from which hatch larvae, which are called caterpillars or silkworms. They grow in size, and when the caterpillar is ready to enter the next stage of its life history called pupa, it first weaves a net to hold itself. Soon the caterpillar completely covers itself by silk fibers. This covering is called as a cocoon. Can you imagine that the soft silk yarn is as strong as a comparable thread of steel? The silk yarn thread is obtained from the cocoon of the silk moth. There is a variety of silk moths which look very different from one another, and the silk yarn they yield is different in texture, coarse, smooth, shiny, etc. Thus, Tassar silk, Muga silk, Kosa silk, etc. are obtained from the cocoons spun by different types of moths. The most common silk moth is the mulberry silk moth. The silk fiber from the cocoon of this moth is soft, lustrous, and elastic, and can be dyed in beautiful colors. Sericulture, or culture of silkworms, is a very old occupation in India. India produces plenty of silk on a commercial scale. Information. In India, women are significantly involved in various kinds of industries related to silk production. These are rearing of silkworms, reeling of silk from cocoons, and processing of raw silk into fabrics. By their enterprise, they contribute to the nation's economy. China leads the world in silk production. India also ranks among the leading silk-producing countries. From cocoon to silk. For obtaining silk, moths are reared and their cocoons are collected to get silk threads. Rearing silkworms. A female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. The eggs are stored carefully on strips of cloth or paper and sold to silkworm farmers. The farmers keep eggs under hygienic conditions and under suitable conditions of temperature and humidity. The eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature for the larvae to hatch from eggs. This is done when mulberry trees bear a fresh crops of leaves. The larvae, called caterpillars or silkworms, eat day and night and increase enormously in size. The worms are kept in clean bamboo trays along with freshly chopped mulberry leaves. After 25 to 30 days, the caterpillars stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo in the tray to spin the cocoons. Small racks or twigs may be provided in the trays to which cocoons get attached. The caterpillar or silkworm spins the cocoon inside, which develops the silk moth. Processing silk. A pile of cocoons is used for obtaining silk fibers. The cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. The silk fibers separate out. The process of taking out threads from the cocoon for use as silk is called reeling the silk. Reeling is done in special machines which unwind the threads or fibers of silk from the cocoon. Silk fibers are then spun into silk threads which are woven into silk cloth by the weavers. Summary: silk comes from silkworms and wool from sheep, goat, and yak. Hence, silk and wool are animal fibers. Silkworms are caterpillars of silk moth. During their life cycle, the worms spin cocoons of silk fibers. Silk fibers are made of a protein. Silk fibers from cocoons are taken out and reeled into silk threads. Weavers weave silk threads into silk cloth. That's all in this lesson, students. Keep learning.